stay in rhythm is something that like I will be looking forward to watching as I think about what the ceiling could be.
Yeah, in the 2024, I just called this up, the intermediate area, the middle of the field, he completed 73% of his passes, but he only had 41 passes there. So It was kind of like when he saw it and when he believed in it, it was there. The other thing about the deep numbers is that he was basically the best deep passer in the NFL in 2021 and has not been good since. What has changed? Oh yeah, like they don't have wide receivers, and Marvin Harrison Jr.'s contested catch percentage is around 42%, which is abominable for somebody who's supposed to catch 65% of those. Jefferson's like a 60%er for his career. So it's going to be a lot different when it comes to that. But I also think that we too, like, can go one way or the other with Kyler, like you do when you watch him in the real season, where you watch him in the beginning of 2024, his game against the Los Angeles Rams. You won't see a better game. I mean, it's unbelievable. He has a perfect passer rating. It's just wild. And it's against the Rams. It's not against the nobody. And then as the season goes on, then you saw some of the realities of Kyler where there are inconsistencies, and where you can track the inconsistencies is to two things. One, under pressure, his numbers some years are great and some years are horrible. Where you want to be, of course, is great all the time, but how like he scrambles around and tries to make plays, that is much less predictable. And the other thing is too, that favorable situations for quarterbacks matter a lot. He has not been good on 3rd and long. And it reminds me of how Seattle used Sam Darnold, where they would run a lot on 2nd and 10, which is a big old no-no by the analytics. But then you look at Sam Darnold on 3rd and short and you're like, I get it. I get why they're doing this, because he is very effective on 3rd and short, which Kyler Murray has been as well. So a lot of the numbers all have context to it. But I think the main theme for Kyler is consistency and smoothing out the rough edges. Like if you could smooth out the rough edges with the receivers and with the scheme and with the blocking and with the running and with the defense, these are things that he just hasn't had in any sort of consistency level. And maybe just playing from ahead. I mean, a lot of times,
exactly.
Arizona's 31st in points allowed over the last 3 years. How often are you comfortable? Like how often can you play it safe? Oh, well, let me just play it safe here, whatever. A lot of times quarterbacks end up feeling like they have to play hero when their defenses are bad like that.
Yeah, I do think like the game score and how that affects both the field players on the field, but just like the flow of what you can be willing to call and how that's such an underrated aspect, at least for me, in terms of how I watch these games. Before we segue to JJ McCarthy, the last question on Kyler that I wanted to hear from you guys, I mean, it was one of the reasons I was so excited to hop on here tonight, was to hear how much you guys, and I'll start with you, Garrett, how much do you think Kyler Murray should play in the preseason?
I'm a believer that they should play at least a series or two at this. I mean, there's going to be different players or different, I would say, for different players. Like Justin Jefferson, I'm good. I don't need to see that. We're good there. But with Kyler, look, guys, I'm a believer that quarterbacks should get a series or two. I think that there's a reason the Bengals specifically have struggled out of the gate the past several years, that they lose a game they shouldn't at the start of every season. And there's games that shouldn't be as close as they are with the Bengals. And it's because they typically don't play in the preseason. And it really frustrated me last year that, JJ played, a handful of snaps in the preseason against the Texans, and that was it. And, especially for a player that needed reps. So I'm a firm believer that even if we are just running just quick play action routes to the tight end of the flat, just, little 3-yard gains. I want the live reps. I want guys to feel everything. We don't need to, it doesn't need to be 3rd and 7, week 18 against a division rival with the division on the line. Just get live reps, get as reasonable, a series or two. So I'm a believer that starters should play in the preseason, again, barring like the Jeffersons and those caliber of players, because I don't need to see anything from Justin Jefferson.
I'm with you, Garrett. And the other thing that you didn't mention, it's just like, how does the coach call the plays in the helmet? Like just the operation stuff and listening. And what is Kevin O'Connell? What tidbits is he giving before, the microphone cuts off with 15 seconds? Just these like minor little process intricacies that probably had to be ironed out. Are you in agreement, Collar? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine with me to just get everybody a little mini dress rehearsal to go out there, but I don't want much more than that because if you lose a starter in the preseason, it is just devastating. And even with one series, you hold your breath for that entire series. And as soon as it's over, you go, okay, get him out. But yeah, I mean, I think he should in any sort of environment, and maybe it'll be a little loud there. I don't know. Hear what Kevin O'Connell sounds like. I'm not sure if they're going to be just going crazy for the New York Giants in the preseason there, but maybe at least get you a little crowd noise, at least get your Minnesota Vikings helmet on. And the one thing that I do want to see, and this is like,
this will be
what
good.
what am I saying here? But like, I want to see Brandel snap him the ball in a real game because there have been some times throughout the training camp here where we have seen Blake Brandel not been on point. And so I don't mean to make a short joke, but you can't snap it high with this guy. It's not Carson Wentz. He's not 6'5" who's going to go up and get it. So I do want to see that connection a little bit in some real action.
No, I think that's fair. And the crowd might be electric. Like Cam Scadaboo could come run out and do a backflip. I don't know if John Harbaugh would like it, but I mean, boy, the crowd will be electric. And I'm going for some reason. Ooh. So I'm looking forward to being there and providing some definitely hardcore analysis from what we see. All right, let's talk JJ McCarthy, because for me, and maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong,